Washy's the right tool for the job. There you are. This is a bit of a catch-up video of where we're at with the KR1s rebuild. Frame went away to the powder coaters, not to be powder coated, but just to be prepped for wet spraying, because I had a frame powder coated before and it goes on a bit thick, so I'm not that impressed with it. So with wet spraying you can control it a lot better, and you obviously don't lose all your frame numbers and everything looks sort of as it should. So anyway, while I was there, I dropped the frame off, they sandblasted the frame, prepped a load of the other bits that need to be wet sprayed, but also they powder coated some bits for me which just need to be black, which have come out absolutely amazing. So this is the headlight frame and the instrument frame. This is the one we've done the little repair on. So that's the fairing bracket. We've done the little weld repair in there, so that's all right. So these threads in here, I'll probably just run a tap through them. This is all the threads on this bike will be metric. So get yourself a little cheap tap and die set. You don't need anything too special. I bought my first one off eBay's, and it was literally like a tenner, something like that. But it's got a few standard taps in it, and they're ideal. You know, obviously I wouldn't do any engineering work with them. So that holds the instrument cluster, which is another thing that we got back. So that goes on there like that, and that holds your clocks in place. Now I need to fit my clocks in, which are all here, but as you can see they look like they've been sat in a barn for 20 years. My nuts and bolts and brackets and fasteners and everything are away being electroplated at the moment. So that's another video that we're going to put together soon. As soon as they come back, we'll finish that video off. So obviously these are not standard bolts that go in here. There's just something to hold it in place. Yeah, like I say, this is just where the clocks are going to sit. So they just sit in those openings. Speedo's in there, rev counter and temperature gauge. So once I've cleaned the speedo and the other gauges up, and I've got all the fittings back, we can assemble that as a complete sub-assembly. The thing I got from the powder coaters, spring, and I must admit I'm very impressed with that. That's come out beautiful. Like a brand new part. The guys spraying my frame offered to spray my wheels. While I was getting my frame prepped of the powder coaters and the other bits, I got my wheels done in powder coat, and I think you might agree that they've come out phenomenal. And blasted with a very fine sandblast. Powder coated, but you can see all the details beautiful. If you're interested, this colour is very close to Kawasaki lime green, and it's the one that, if you talk to people who do powder coating for bikes and stuff, this is the one they use, and it is a RAL colour, and it's RAL 6018. It is very close to Kawasaki lime green. The idea is you need to get a bit organised, as I'm not at the moment. There's crap everywhere. If you go to Aldi or Lidl's or any supermarkets, they tend to give away these fruit boxes, which are perfect for keeping bits that are finished. You can just put all sorts of stuff in them. Right, so I know all these clocks and that need to go in there with that, because that's one assembly that all needs to be cleaned and done, so that can go in there. Today as well as going through what's come back and where we're at with other bits. So we've got all the parts away of the platers, so all the nuts and bolts and brackets are all being zinc plated. They should come back with the correct passivate layer. So, but like I say, it's a whole video in itself. These are all the aluminium bits that I've taken off the bike, and I'm going to be chucking them through the Vapour blaster. Now this is the right hand foot peg hanger, and someone's had a good go at repairing that. So as you can see, it's not very straight. So I think what I'm going to do is clean it up, then I'm going to cut this out, I'm going to put it in there straight and weld it back in correctly, and then we'll go around all this with a burr and clean it up so it looks right, because we don't want massive, you know, I could look on eBay and get myself another one, but I don't really want it. But we'll see, we'll clean it up and we'll see. There's a bit of iron contamination in there, that's all got to come out. Yeah, not the greatest repair. That, if you had to send that away to somebody, or if you wanted to clean it manually, you just don't get the right finish on stuff, because you start braiding it and then you start polishing surface and it just doesn't look right, it doesn't look original. So what the Vapour blaster does, it uses really fine glass beads. It's pumped into like a slurry, so it's a water and glass bead mixture. You pump it through what effectively is a sandblasting gun, and then you just put air on the back of that and that accelerates it out. And because the beads are round, they're not sharp, they're not like sand, you get a beautiful, nice, even, flat finish, and it looks phenomenal. So yeah, we'll just stick this lot through it and you'll see the results. Right, so what this is dental impression silicone. When you go to the dentist and have a brace, they do an impression, this is what they use. It's probably really expensive, but I've sort of borrowed this off somebody. Right, that will set. Here's a straight out of the Vapour blaster. As you can see, they gets it quite clean. I've sprayed everything with WD-40, which just stops the aluminium going a bit powdery. It sort of sinks into the pores. So the Vapour blaster sort of closes it all off. Go. So that's kept everything in there exactly how it was, nice and clean. So no water gone in there because we created a little. This is great stuff. It's really good. It sets really fast, like 5 minutes. Yoke, that's the bit you look at all day long when you're riding a bike. Well, you shouldn't. You should be looking at the road, but this is. It's almost like a brushed finish across here, and obviously when you Vapour blast it sort of dulls it off a little bit. So we're going to try and restore that. And what I'm going to use is it's like a Scotch-Brite wheel, but in between there has got bits of 80 grit paper. It's 80 or not 60 grit. So that should, if we put that in a drill and run it across there, should give us a nice brushed finish. We'll do the same with that on the fork legs as well, because they're a similar finish. So that's the plan. That's IPA. That's not Indian Pale Ale because that would be very pale, but it's isopropyl alcohol. And all I've done is I've just give this a little rinse over because the top, as you can see, it's come up lovely just with that buffing now. So it's given a nice brushed finish. But to keep it like that, obviously that's not raw aluminium now. The vapour blasted areas are alright because it seals the pores of it. But that I need to treat that, and all I'm going to do is give it a thin coat of clear lacquer.